G'day, animal lovers. Welcome to another exciting episode where we dive into the quirks and mysteries of our beloved pets. Ever noticed how your little mate, barely bigger than a footy, can unleash a bark that'd rival a V8 engine? It's quite the phenomenon, isn't it? It's a classic case of dynamite comes in small packages, especially in the dog park. These tiny furballs can often be seen running around with boundless energy, making their presence known. We've all seen it. A Great Dane lets out a booming woof, and suddenly a Chihuahua's piercing yap steals the show. It's almost as if the little ones are trying to prove a point. Today we're diving headfirst into this hilarious and baffling mystery. What drives these tiny canines to be so vocally assertive? Why do our pint-sized pooches feel the need to compensate with such impressive vocal cords? Is it Napoleon complex? Or perhaps something more instinctual? A case of short dog syndrome? These little guys often act like they're 10 feet tall. Or maybe they've all secretly trained with opera singers. Their range and volume can be quite astonishing. Whatever the reason, it's time to unravel the truth behind those ear-splitting barks. There's more to it than meets the eye. Buckle up, dog lovers, because we're about to explore the surprisingly complex world of canine communication. From body language to vocalizations, there's a lot to uncover. And trust me, it's going to be a wild ride. So grab your popcorn, sit back, and let's get started on this fascinating journey into the minds of our furry friends. Now, before we jump to conclusions about our small and mighty friends, let's address the elephant, or rather the Great Dane, in the room. Contrary to popular belief, small dogs don't actually have louder barks than their larger counterparts. Yep, you heard that right. It's all an illusion, a trick of perception. Think about it. A foghorn versus a whistle. Both are loud, but in different ways. Big dogs tend to have deep, resonant barks that travel further. Small dogs, on the other hand, have higher-pitched barks that are, well, more piercing to our human ears. It's like comparing a bass drum to a piccolo. Both make noise, but only one makes you want to cover your ears. So, if it's not about volume, why the incessant yapping? What drives these tiny canines to bark their little heads off? Well, it all boils down to one thing: attention. These little furballs crave it, and they know exactly how to get it. And boy, do our miniature mates know how to get it. They have an innate ability to sense when you're not paying attention to them. Small dogs have mastered the art of the dramatic bark. It's almost like they have a built-in radar for the perfect moment to unleash their vocal prowess. They've learned that a well-timed, high-pitched yap is guaranteed to turn heads and get their humans running. It's their secret weapon. Imagine this. You're at the park, enjoying a sunny afternoon. The birds are chirping, and everything seems peaceful. Suddenly, a tiny, fluffy missile comes hurtling towards you, letting out a series of ear-splitting barks that could shatter glass. It's like a canine alarm clock. Instinctively, you turn to see what all the commotion is about. Your peaceful moment is interrupted, and your attention is now fully on the little barker. And there it is, the culprit, a proud little terrier, wagging its tail furiously, thrilled with its ability to command attention. Mission accomplished. The little dog has successfully made you notice it, and that's all it ever wanted. The Chihuahua chorus and other high-pitched harmonies. Now, let's talk breeds. There are so many different types of dogs, each with their own unique characteristics and quirks. Because let's face it, some dogs are just naturally more vocal than others. It's almost like they have their own language, a way to communicate with us and each other. And when it comes to high-pitched barking, certain breeds take the cake. These little canines can produce sounds that are both impressive and, at times, a bit overwhelming. Chihuahuas, those pocket-sized powerhouses, are notorious for their ear-splitting barks. Despite their small size, they have a voice that can fill a room, and then some. They're like the opera singers of the dog world, small but mighty. Their vocal prowess is something to behold, and they certainly know how to make their presence known. Then there are the Terriers, feisty, energetic, and always ready to make themselves heard. These dogs have a zest for life that's reflected in their enthusiastic barking. These little guys have a bark that's both impressive and slightly terrifying. It's a sound that commands attention and respect, no matter where they are. And let's not forget the Pomeranians. Those fluffy balls of energy with a bark that's surprisingly loud for their size. Their vocalizations are as vibrant as their personalities. It's like they've got a miniature air raid siren hidden under all that fur. Their barks can be startling, but they are just expressing their boundless enthusiasm and joy. Embrace the bark, it's all part of the charm. At the end of the day, whether it's a booming woof or a piercing yap, barking is just a dog's way of communicating. It's their version of talking, singing, and expressing their emotions. So the next time your little mate lets out a bark that could rival a jet engine, take a moment to appreciate the sheer enthusiasm behind it. Sure, it might be a bit much for our sensitive human ears sometimes, but hey, that's part of what makes our furry friends so unique and lovable, right? Join the pack, share, like, and subscribe. Well, there you have it, folks. The truth behind why smaller dogs seem to have louder barks. It's all about perception, attention-seeking, and a whole lot of personality. If you enjoyed this hilarious journey into the world of canine communication, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more awesome content. Until next time, keep on barking.